What's up, y'all? This video is going to be a full breakdown on how I caught Meta for 3 days, and this last one being the biggest day. We made about $2,000 in about an hour and a half. But the most important thing about this is if I didn't catch it those other 2 days, I probably wouldn't have caught it this day. So I'm gonna do a full breakdown on what I saw, why I got into that, and how you can catch this too. So boom. Okay. First things first. First play I made on Meta was to the upside. It was actually this day, yeah. This day. It was I swung calls from a Thursday going to a Friday. I don't usually swing, but we were pushing up pretty strong. Let me go to the daily chart, show you. We were it's not the only reason, but yeah, we had pretty strong pushes in the market overall, go to the upside. And this was the day that I got into the play, and we ended up catching a pretty decent move to the upside that day. But that's not the most important part. Go back to something smaller. It was an okay move, but it wasn't really what I was looking for. Like, see, in the morning we pushed up and then kind of start selling back down here. I got out pretty early. I had something to do that morning. Thankfully, I didn't get caught in all this chop, but we did push up the end of the day. So going to this Monday, I was already looking to play Meta again to the upside, but we actually started selling off, and I caught a little piece of this move to the downside. So that's catching the upside here, downside here. And then I didn't play it for a couple of days, but I did notice it was relatively weak compared to the other market or the rest of the market. As the rest of the market continued to push up these next few days, Meta, as you can see, sold off and kind of kept bouncing at this support level here. So I saw first, yeah, what I saw was I got on the higher time frame actually, and I saw we kept bouncing off this level here. So this was Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on and so forth. So we kept bouncing off of this while the rest of the market is just launching up, all time highs. And I told myself, if the rest of the market flips bearish, I know where I'm shooting at. So I ended up waiting a couple of days, not specifically waiting on that, but I knew this day when we opened up bearish in the market overall that I was looking at Meta. One of the other things I did, I noticed in pre-market we bouncing off this level here, so I drew this, and it looks like we're bouncing off previous day's low. So this was Wednesday. It was, yeah, it looks like one of the opening candles. We hit this low point and kept going a little higher, choppy for the rest of the day. But I did see, like I said, pre-market we touched that. I'm not a pre-market person, but I did take a mental note of that and watch this area for some type of rejection during the market or during the first hours in the market. I pretty much expected something to happen in this area. I don't know if we were going to reclaim this or actually just a retest overall using this old support level as resistance. But we did. We got a rejection at that same pre-market level and previous day's low, and I end up entering somewhere around one of these candles, because I didn't get any bounce to the upside once I got in, thankfully. But I told myself I was gonna get out at the high of the day, or some type of structure being formed at this, I guess, resistance level, you want to call it. In case this resistance turned to support, then I knew exactly where to exit at. But thankfully we didn't get caught in that. We caught a pretty quick move down at first, and we kind of stalled. I guess you can call this a bear flag. It gave me a little extra confirmation to stay into the play, but I was still kept my same style till we came up to the high of the day. I was going to exit. This took a while, a little choppiness, but the overall market was bearish this day, so I kind of just held on. And then we got this nice move to the downside right here. So as we're moving down this, I'm targeting the low of the day. So I was really just expecting some move to this level. Once we got to this level, we started bouncing a little bit, but this candle, oh my goodness. So I was sitting there, I was really getting ready to exit, And then we did have this bearish candle open, so I thought we were gonna move further down, kind of creating a. Then it made like this double bottom thing, and we shot up to almost high of the day. I looked at my phone to see if we had any news or anything. I see Meta has fired 25,000 workers, along with Microsoft. I was up about 1,700 at this point. We pushed all the way up here. It's zero. Actually, I was down. I went from, like I said, up 1,700 to down in like 2 seconds. It's not. This is a 5 minute time frame. This is really like a 1 minute candle. This happened out of nowhere, but after that we did sell off some more. Like it didn't hold. Is what I'm saying. We pushed straight back down. One more candle. Once I caught this one more candle, I actually took my exit somewhere around here. I have to see specifically, but I didn't catch any of this relief bounce we had at the bottom. But one of my main things is in explaining this play, I wouldn't have caught this if I haven't played it here and even here to notice the relative weakness to the rest of the market. I made some pretty good money these days, but this was the biggest play of that week. So that's like $4,000 straight off of Meta, just paying attention to those previous days and watching this big support area become resistance pretty much. And I should have played it that Friday because we had this big old move to the upside, but I was satisfied with that. $2,000, well, like $4,000 in probably 3-4 hours of work. It's nothing like it. I have a few more breakdowns of other trades that I'll probably be doing soon, but this is kind of one to start off pretty textbook to support resistance. I like to trade kind of level to level, and these two levels kind of hit on the T these days, so that's my bread and butter right there. But yeah, I have some more breakdowns coming soon. If you're interested in watching those, let me know. Go ahead and join the Discord. I have a lot of free videos in there, free game for y'all. Be on the lookout for that coming soon.